So creativity is totally dead in Hollywood, right? Like, I'm not breaking any new ground with this one, but this really, really got driven home about a week ago when the first teaser trailer for Shrek, not one, not two, not three, but five ended up dropping. And well, it's interesting, right? Because from a multitude of avenues, okay, like you could really see that all of the spark that made the original few just like, household names, just really recognizable, some of the most beloved animated films of all time. It's really devoid this time around. And no, I'm not just talking about the cast, which we will get to very shortly, but Shrek 5 first trailer sparks fan backlash over off-putting animation design. I mean, it just goes to show you that there is little to no inspiration at this point in time, because like you can tell, right? Like Shrek 1 from 2001, like those designs still look pretty good. Okay, like I could imagine that some of the compositing on some of the shots and some of the animation techniques probably look a little bit goofy, because that sort of pseudo CG, pseudo animation from the early 2000s, a lot of it leaves a lot to be desired, as opposed to when back when Disney was still doing 2D animation. Like that stuff, like Hercules, Aladdin, The Lion King, that stuff's still going to hold up, and it's going to hold up until the end of time. As opposed to some of these soft 3D early animation techniques end up coming across as like Beast Wars and Reboot. Like they might not age as gracefully, but this time around, man, just like just the slop that's on display with the Shrek 5 trailer, it just shows that there's just no heart left in this stuff, okay? And that's what people are concerned about. Just turning it into an IP to be spun out. And yes, I know that there have been spin-offs of Shrek, and yes, we're on the 5th Shrek, for Christ's sakes, okay? So to just claim that now that it is hit a point of running out of ideas does seem laughable. It's just, this is one of DreamWorks' premier IPs, and what they're doing with another one of their big IPs later this year in turning How to Train Your Dragon into a live action spin-off franchise is, just the sign of the lack of creativity in things to come. But one good thing about this is, and I think we might be heading into a Sonic-like situation where at least this is early enough where if DreamWorks is really listening, and just to bring up the How to Train Your Dragon situation one more time, it kind of seems like, well, outside of the whole soulless presentation of Toothless, like the whole Black Istrid thing, they might have done some things to change that, so they might be doing some things to change this. It's just, you make this one announcement and people already know exactly what time it is. So the first the first trailer for the 5th installment of the animated film Shrek has been released by DreamWorks, but the section of fans are not impressed. The 27-second trailer, which, had a lot of memes to it. Okay, had a lot of memes and a lot of interesting, rounded-looking faces. Thursday sees Mike Myers returning as the ogre, which, oh my god, at this point in time, like Mike Myers, especially when it comes to those mid to late 90s comedies, like he's the face of that entire genre for me. Okay, Austin Powers, Wayne's World, like those are films that I can vividly remember to this very day, mostly because like watching Austin Powers 1 and 2, and I got to go back and watch Goldfinger again because I really didn't like it the first time around, but it's probably not even just with the comparison point of today and the just the sheer lack of comedies, but I imagine it's probably better than I remember it. But yeah, I've watched The Spy Who Shagged Me, god damn it, man, 15 times, honestly. Like I love that movie. It is so good. It's one of my favorite comedies. It's right up there with not Wayne's World 1, but Wayne's World 2. I've watched a ton, man. It's like when it comes to that era of comedy for me, like the names that are right there up at the top, it's like Mike Myers, Chris Farley, and then probably Adam Sandler. Even though of all of those films like Happy Gilmore, I've probably seen more than anything else. And no, I'm not looking forward to the sequel that's coming out this year. That makes me want to die inside so much. But I guess the best thing that could probably come of that is nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to remember it like a week after it debuts on Netflix. God, it's a streaming sequel to one of the funniest comedies literally ever. And I hate it so much. But anyways, so if Mike Myers could return to comedy, and if that, I kind of don't want it, but then at the same time, I kind of do, that 4th Austin Powers film, like if that could ever get made, just morbid curiosity. And same thing with Eddie Murphy. It's like, oh my god, how many times have I seen, The Nutty Professor as well? Jesus Christ, man. this is why, Shrek, it's a franchise that I've never really been fond of, even though it came out right at the perfect time for me, because yeah, when the first one came out, I was 11, like this should have been, prime territory for me. It's just, it had all of the actors that I really like. It's just, I kind of want to see you in better comedy. I don't know. But anyways, video clip shows Shrek and his companion Donkey looking into a magic mirror, asking who's the fairest of them all, which is, man, you release that right now ahead of a Disney catastrophe. It's like it would be great opportunity to just dunk on the beleaguered studio. And then you release that horrific clip. Like, come on, man. Maybe everything that is just associated with Snow White in today's day and age is just absolutely cursed. But anyways, Shrek, of course, a series of images of the ogre pouting, dancing in black leather, but just a bunch of memes, okay? A bunch of Shrek memes that have been popular throughout the years, or different permutations on that, okay? The clip gained traction. Users took to social media to criticize the off-putting animation redesign, with some of it claiming, it was something they had feared. Yeah, exactly. And well, it's even so bad that Shrek Donkey at Universal Studios in Orlando mocks the trailer to guess a donkey looks homeless, which, yeah, man, you look at that and it's even more jarring. But I like the whole side by side, or I guess, top and bottom comparison that you had, and it's different tactics, it's different techniques, and as the gamer puts it, Shrek 5 isn't ugly, you're just really old. No, your eyes do not deceive you, okay? That is a different look, and it's different. But we got Jade King here, who has authored such great glowing reviews. I think she's done some Dragon Age the Veilguard puff pieces before, but Dreamworks has finally provided us with our first look at Shrek 5. While the film won't be hitting the big screen until Christmas 2026, it makes sense to unveil these iconic characters and how they have evolved after more than a decade of absence. Shrek Forever After released us back in 2010, and everybody hated that film. Oof. But the lovable green ogre has remained at the forefront of popular culture through memes, infinitely quotable lines, and the sheer quality of each. Yes, his films, not to mention the two standalone Puss in Boots films, one of which is mediocre at best, and the other one, I think, it gets praised back and forth by just about everybody who has seen it as one of the best animated features in a very, very, very long time. The second of which was critical and commercial success. Yes, Shrek 5 is bound to follow in the paw prints. Oh my god! But humans being fickle creatures, yes, we have such reacted to the new character designs and modernized animation with predictable hostility. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, see, everybody else says it looks like AIDS, and no, man, you're just wrong, because this looks great, according to me. Female solipsism on full display. But no. Let's just hear what Donkey actually has to say about this. The hype for Shrek 5 has taken an unexpected turn. As a highly anticipated sequel trailer is getting roasted across the internet. But the latest round of mockery isn't just coming for social media. It's coming for the Universal itself. It's coming from inside Universal itself. A performer voicing the animatronic meet and greet version of Donkey at Universal Theme Park recently took jab at Shrek 5's trailer in front of guests, openly expressing disappointment over the animation quality. In a now viral comment, Universal, a Donkey, a meet and greet character, pulled no punches when addressing Shrek 5's first trailer. Guest approaches Donkey, and Princess Fiona, the wisecracking sidekick, asked where Shrek was. He's embarrassed, he said. He doesn't want to get questions about the new trailer. That's kind of funny, man. Good for them on that one. The performer didn't stop there. Sputting pair of kids, Donkey asked him, "Did you guys watch the new Shrek trailer?" When they responded that they hadn't, he replied, "I'm just saying it's rough. It looks rough." Continuing to his improv routine, Donkey zeroed in on the animation quality, particularly how his own character appears in the upcoming movie. Donkey looks homeless. That's why you always get final approval of your film and movie rights. Yes, the offhand remarks have only fueled online backlash, many fans echoing the concerns about the animation's lackluster style. And yes, of course, let's also address the other elephant in the room, because Shrek now has a daughter. Oh, he already had 3 kids, but now he has a daughter, and it's voiced by Zendaya, because that's what everybody wants, right? And that's my biggest problem. Okay, because here's the thing. It's not like Pedro Pascal, okay, who I think is the male Zendaya, and I use male very, very loosely in regards to Pedro Pascal. They're tiresome, man. Okay, they have their fan base. They very much, have their roles. It's just there's a perception about them that they're in literally everything and they don't really add all that much to the bottom line. And yeah, in the case of Pedro Pascal, everybody can go, yeah, but Oberyn Martell was really cool. And it's like, well, he was good in Narcos. It's like, cool, let's point to more things that were over a decade ago in order to justify his ill casting. Like, Reed Richards, give me a break. But Zendaya, man, like there's another thing. Okay, maybe she's a good model, maybe she's a good singer or dancer or something like that. But when it comes to acting, and especially her like, she doesn't have a distinct voice. Okay, like she's not uniquely attuned to delivering emotional, hard-hitting lines that would have her being the first choice of anybody to go ahead and cast in a voice acting role. Like Mike Myers is virtually unrecognizable in the role of Shrek. Okay, like he's one of the most gifted actors ever. Like, let's just keep it a buck. Okay, comedic actors at least. Haven't really seen him do too many dramatic scenes outside of just sheer horror when Kanye West said George Bush doesn't care about black people. But bringing in Zendaya, making her look like that, who does that appeal to? Okay, is it for Shrek fans? No. Is it for kids that are going to somehow recognize Zendaya? It's like, I loved her as Mary Jane. It's like, no, you didn't. It's like, yeah, you're probably right. We like Spider-Man instead. Who's this for? Who is casting Zendaya for? Oh, right. It's a bunch of out-of-touch executives thinking that, oh, yeah, she's in all of the things, so therefore people like her. She's going to end up drawing more ire, and she might be nice. Okay, I haven't really seen her say anything too terribly egregious. It's just, she has become the avatar of unnecessary castings and overexposure. Okay, and if you want to take something, okay, because this is Shrek's big comeback after 15-year hiatus, and instead of just celebrating it for the franchise that it is and its long enduring qualities, you want to stuff the quintessential insufferable modern dayisms in it, you're gonna get what exactly you deserve. It's a year out. It's not too late to save this project. Honestly, the check has probably already been cashed on Zendaya, but if you go ahead, okay, if you listen to the fans, if you listen to the honest critique of everybody that's out there saying that there's something off with this animation, you could end up winning back the favor of the fans. But they're ultimately never going to forgive you for casting Zendaya, because at this point in time, I mean, like, she's a net negative for anything that she attaches herself to. Like, let's keep it a buck, okay? The only reason that she continues to have a role in Hollywood is because people want to give Tom Holland work. I mean, I'm really looking forward to her also being in the Odyssey, scowling at Matt Damon because, I don't know, he left his armor on the floor and she tripped over it. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Doc on Swell. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.